If you want to teach love, if you want to teach compassion, all you can do is be compassionate and love.
Because I'm starting already to feel the vibes going up, and we are starting to talk about time, and time is an issue in nowadays, and a lot of people can benefit from these chats, which are, human chats, raw energy, and stuff that is happening all the time to everyone. One of the messages I want to bring to the world is that spirituality, it is special, but it's also natural, and it happens to everyone. So I want to give that approach to spirituality. I want to bring, with these chit chats, I want to bring this to the world, that to become spiritual, you don't have to do a course in Reiki. You don't have to do a course in quantum healing hypnosis. That's not what made me spiritual. What made me spiritual was life itself, and going through these changes that we were mentioning in the beginning, of these changes of suddenly purging or suddenly having type sort of dreams, which to me they weren't dreams, because as I told you in the private message, I can discern from what is a dream and what is a regression. Yes, they were pure regressions, and only 2 hours ago I had another one. Wow. This is the third one that I have in 1 week, so it's becoming really something. And I think now when you mention that you are also having the purging again, and the sweatings and all that stuff. When I speak to my brothers and sisters and they tell me something like that, to me it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. If we call it regression, we call it something else. The thing is that we are healing. 3 days ago, I did a session to a lady from Puerto Rico, and this lady had Metatron coming through her, and I had a chat of 2 hours with Archangel Metatron. And one of the things that Metatron mentioned was that there is still a lot of let's say wolves dressing as sheep.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we have to use our discernment, I guess, more and more. And actually, a big part of the guidance that I've been receiving is really getting to know yourself, because that's kind of like the secret here, is that there's a lot of wolves are hiding in sheep's clothing, and they come out and they pretend to be such positive, helpful people. But you're right, a lot of it is distorted information, or a lot of it has been just like the same information. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's the same information. And that really what we need to be doing is going deeper within ourselves, because I mentioned this during our last light language session about getting our true soul essence to come out, because that is where like our gifts lie, is in really letting our true essence out. And I think that that's where we should be focusing our attention, where these other maybe other people that you see online, maybe they're directing your focus elsewhere, right? And I really think that there's something to be said about really focusing internally, because that's how you discern as well, right? You got to know yourself, you feel the vibration within you. That's that sense of discernment, really, is getting to know yourself and the frequency of who you're working with. So it's really important information.
Yeah. And one way to discern it, how can we discern that? The way to discern it is by observing and by feeling if that person is talking to you from the heart or not. How can you see that? Look at the person in the eyes, feel the information that you're receiving. If you feel that that is authentic, great. If you see that the person is like trying to show off,
yeah,
question mark.
yes,
Yeah, because here we are not to show off. Here we are not exposing ourselves to tell to people that we are better than anyone. The contrary, we are trying to tell to people that we are exactly what they are, and we are just expressing. The only difference between maybe you who might be listening to this video or us is that we decided at some point in our lives to talk loud everything that is going through here. That's the only difference. Is the rest is the same. We go to the toilet, we eat, we drink, we do everything as another human,
and we go through all of the same emotions. Like this awakening has been the craziest ride for us, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And I think it's easy for a lot of people maybe to look and say, oh, that's easy, you must have had an easy life, and so you must have only have known light, or you must have only have known, you know, care and gentleness. Well, actually, a lot of us who are doing this work is actually because we've been through so much, and that we put ourselves through that through some sort of soul contract, so that we could then help people once we heal ourselves. Right? So we've gone through this, we've gone through the healing, we've gone through traumas, right? So we're so human, right? Like we're so human. And that's the big part. Like I identify as a starseed, and I incarnated as a human so I could learn, I could go through all these traumas. So I could have the family trauma, right? So I could have the relationship trouble with my father, with the relationship trouble with my mother, with feeling not fitting in, feeling, you know, a lot of these feelings that humans go through, but still we reached this point of awakening. And in fact, a lot of that we went through actually pushed us into the awakening as well, right? So.
And a lot of the things that we share with people are things that we are literally going through it.
Yes.
Very often it's not something that we went through years ago. Often it's things that we are just going through it right now. So
that's right. Well, the big grandiose stuff, you're right, there's enough of that, and what we need is it's the word is genuine, the word is authentic, right? And that's all it is. It's like, you know, because spirituality is also, like you were saying, it's intricate. I can't say it. It's connected to our everyday life, right? So, not only is it genuine, like it's not grandiose all the time. Like we do this walking daily spirit.
But the daily thing are grandiose.
Yeah, they are. That's right. That is
that's what we are learning. I mean, not learning, remembering that what you just did with your child, to me, is grandiose. Why? Right. Because it's part of your life. It's something that we should remember what we were. Our ancestors, they were considering every moment something we should honor. Yeah. And I think every moment is a moment to honor. Honestly, this is not something conceptual. This is something that experiences from life have made me, have put me in that situation where I had to go through them, wanting or not. Yes. And then I learned to say that, yeah, everything is really a blessing. And when I wake up, it's the first thing I do today. I didn't for a long time. I didn't, but today, and especially since my mom left, every moment, every breath is an opportunity. So I'm living life now from there. I'm living life from authenticity. So, and if I get messages from my guides, are very often related to that. Ismael, you are forgetting or getting distracted from feeling every moment, even though you have to work with your website now and spend 4 hours translating into Spanish your website that is already written in English and is boring to you or for you.
Yeah.
This is also something to honor and to be thankful for, because it's part of what you're going to do here on earth, and it's not separated. It's separated from by your mind.
Yes.
For us, it's not separated. So why something is grandiose and something is not?
Yes.
Not everything is grandiose. You are grandiose. Your child is grandiose. The moment that your child came now to ask her mom for something is grandiose. Every single thing is, honestly. And when we learn to live life that way, everything shines. Things that never before we saw that they have brightness. Suddenly they recover a brightness that it didn't have before. And even the honey, that jar of honey, which is maybe the same that I've been using for the last 6 months, from the moment I'm appreciating every moment, even the honey tastes better.
Yeah.
Even the honey, the tea with the honey and the combination tastes better. The crystal and the also the bright let's say details that has with the lights. For some reason my eyes see them better, and everything becomes better. And why things happen in our light languages groups in the way that we are experiencing lately more and more? Because we are becoming more and more genuine. And because we are recognizing all this beauty, not here, but here. And that's why we explode in laughter. That's why we get like, what? Because it's not an understanding from here, it's an understanding from telepathy. And we feel it here. And when we feel our brother Wesley, we are feeling Wesley here. When we are feeling each other, we are feeling here. It's no doubt about it. There is no doubt. And we are sometimes thinking like, how does he know that? It's not that I know. Honestly, I don't know. If you asked me 5 minutes ago, I wouldn't have been able to answer that unless they tell me so or they pass me that information. But that information is happening accidentally, which is not, and nothing happened accidentally, but it's happening because your heart is sending me that frequency. And I am understanding with my heart what your heart is trying to tell me. And then we do the same towards Wesley. And like that, we do it with Allison, and with Allison, we do it with everybody else. Light languages, that's what they do. They open up our chakras, they open up our channel, and they take us to that next level where we are going to be 24/7 in the following years, forever. I mean, the times that we've been waiting for ages, well, it felt like ages. Maybe it was like a second for Metatron, but for a human being was a while.
A long time.
A long time. For me, it was a long time. I have white hairs everywhere. So each one is maybe a piece of suffering or a piece of something that I went through.
That you went
through. It was a long path. It felt like a long path. I'm really thankful today, obviously, because finally I get to understand the world in the same way that I was experiencing the world when I was a child. To me, the world was like this. It was a world where there are no worries. It was a world where I could think about magic and not even think twice about it. Does does it exist or doesn't exist? I mean, I want to make that dragonfly fly right now. And I was playing like this as a child. And then the dragonfly was flying. But sometimes it didn't work.
Yeah.
But that was okay. But when you're an adult, you break that magic by thinking, oh, silly me.
You're not even going to try.
And you don't even try again.
Yeah.
Or you don't.
As an adult, you think, oh, it's not possible. Why even try?
No, because you've been told off so many times, stop doing silly things like that.
Yeah.
Or just stop wasting your time. Or I'm hoping that one day you ground yourself and you are more, let's say, earthly, because the whole family is really grounded, and only you is like living in limbo or in the stars. And actually they were right. I come from the stars and maybe from a place called limbo. I don't know, but they weren't wrong in that aspect. But the thing is that I feel that they were a little bit wrong was in the fact that for them that was something bad to do or something wrong to do. And that it wasn't, and that's why we shouldn't interrupt I don't feel that it's a good idea to interrupt our children when they are submerged into something deep. It's like the other day when I was editing the light language video. I mean, the only thing I do with these videos is to add the entrance, let's say, the first part, no? And maybe if I see in the sound that there is a long waiting because someone is taking some time to fix the camera or to do something like that, someone who is watching the YouTube channel, they are not interested on that. So that's the only thing I added. The rest is exactly as it happened. But why I'm saying this? Because it's the same thing with life, the same thing with children. And the other day when I was doing that, I saw you when you were channeling your coach. And honestly, if you go back to that video and you observe yourself, tell me you see a difference between a child and yourself when watching that part of the video. You don't see. You see an adult because you see an adult. But in the way, even your gestures were, in the way you were moving, the way you were so deep into the channeling, and that was like seeing a child when they are drawing, really, and it's so beautiful. And I wasn't particularly going there to that spot just to check how you do that. No, I wanted to listen the light language transmission that we did, because sometimes I play them for myself, because I don't think I mean all of that channeling is there also for us to use. It's not because we create the videos and it's for everybody else and not for us. We can always get there and listen again to it. And I don't know how it happens to you, but when I'm channeling, sometimes I get aside, and then something takes over. Right. And then I am like in a sleep state.
You're just in your aura, like your consciousness moves over into you, but you're still in your auric field.
And sometimes I am very aware of what is going on as an observer from my aura, but sometimes I just lie down in that aura. I just rest. And there are situations when we finish the light language group that I don't remember. honestly,
Right.
I don't remember. I
Right.
don't know what happened during periods.
Yeah.
And then that's why I go back to the videos.
Yeah.
And I know that something good happened there because I was laughing a lot when I came back.
Yes.
And then I want to check why I was laughing because I don't know why I was laughing.
Yeah.
And then I go back there and then I experience again the transmission. So I leave it from a different angle. Let's say it's like on one hand is during the light language gathering, it's like my body is being used by these light entities.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm aware and sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
And when I'm aware, okay, it's like anything else that you speak to each other in the actual life, no? But these are the times that I just disconnect completely, and God knows where I go. It's like when you are dreaming. We go to places, and when we come back, often we don't know where we went.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I'm doing that. And that's why, to me, it's difficult to come back and keep coordinating the group.
Yeah.
Because every time it's harder and harder because I let my body be there and relax more and more. And I feel more comfortable with the groups every day more and more. Obviously, thanks to you all guys as well. Because I feel that embracing energy. Yeah, we create that all together. So it feels cozy. And because you feel cozy, you feel like it's a good place to channel. So that means that if I feel safe, I can leave my body there and go somewhere else. And that's what I do recently. I do it more and more. And the channeling comes better. Why? Because of that. Because I'm not offering resistance with my mind.
Yeah.
So that's why I come back sometimes to our videos and I check in these transmissions, because to me, in a way, it's the first time that I experienced the transmission itself.
Yeah.
So I also take that benefit from the transmission, and I repeat. These transmissions that we do in the light languages groups are there for that, are there to use everyone as many times as you want, because that's what they are downloaded. This is the reason why the light languages are coming to the world. I mean, they are not to be there forgotten in time. I mean, they will. I've been recently told that they will be archives for the future. I mean, in the same way that we had these old libraries
of light language, that would be cool.
They are. I mean, they have told me, but not once. They have told me in the last months. They have told me like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Because often I ask, why these things don't become more popular?
Yeah.
Why these things don't boom?
Well,
because when we leave these things, like we have been doing in these gatherings, to us, it's the most special, or one of the most special things from life. To be there with people that we don't even know each other in personal life, let's say, but we are sharing such a deep love.
Yes, we are.
That is unmeasurable. So there is a part of your mind that say, how can not be this really like expanding faster, or like? So they answer to me lately. They tell me more and more. They remind me that these are archives, that they are going to be used for the future. So instead of people go somewhere and picking up a book from a library, they are going to click in the video and get it, and get the light languages.
I was told that I'm gonna write a book and the whole book will just be codes. So it'll be like a printed book like what you would get, but when you open it, it's all light codes, and the person reading it would just take in the information energetically and it would activate them. But these codes would be very sacred. They would be for deep healing. They would be for, you know, like specific things, right? So each book would be activating a different thing within you, but all you have to do is have the book, look at the photo, like look at the information, right? If you resonate with it. But I was told that that's exactly what I'm going to be publishing, and like even just an ebook, right? And someone could just buy it online,
No.
but it literally be this transcript of light codes coming through. But it's encrypted art. It's coded
Yes.
art is what it is. And it's, for some reason this is coming in, so I'm going to bring it up. But basically, recently I've discovered that there's these archaeological sites that were found in the early 1990s. So this is like, I don't know, like 10, 20 years ago. And they're called the Wingmakers. Do you know about this at all? So
Resonate a lot.
so the Wingmaker material, but basically they found this time capsule, and the first one they found was in Chaco Canyon, and it was an archaeologist. They found it, but the entire thing is encoded. There's music, there's art, there's all of these messages left in this time capsule. But when you look at the paintings, they are light language. They are there to activate us and to give us clues to who we are, but also activate our DNA and activate our chromosomes. So that archaeologist went on to find 7 other sites on 7 other continents. There may be more. It's just very exciting that we're finding these ancient time capsules that are encoded with the same light language that we're working with. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So it's really powerful stuff that we will be working with it. We absolutely will be. And it's really just expressing that soul art that's coming through all these beautiful souls that are incarnate on the planet right now.